Hey guys, Dark Prometheus here, and we are back into some Hearts of Iron 4. It's the La Resistance DLC. This can be the first one we do exclusively for YouTube. We will be streaming a French game later, but you know how I like to do. I like to start every patch or every big DLC with a German campaign. With the German campaign, we have the ability kind of see how France does. New focus tree for Spain. New focus stuff for France. New focus stuff for Portugal. I think those are the big three. So we're going to be exploring those. See what they do. We're going to keep this historical AR focuses off. I want to see what wacky stuff can actually happen. But at the end of the day, we're going to play a little bit more historical because it's our way to mess around with the new mechanics with the intel and stuff like that. So since this is just for YouTube, things like that, I'm not going to do an Iron Man mode on that. I'm going to make sure our game rules are then, because I have a custom set I want to use for France itself. But let's start German Reich. Kind of go through the new stuff when we get in here. Kind of look at the focus trees, things like that. So when we first get in here, we'll look at the Portuguese focus tree, and they have a whole bunch of new stuff. You got the Fifth Empire, which you can go fascist, and in that you're pretty much establishing go it your own way. You got Monarch. You're able to actually intervene through focus trees through the Spanish Civil War, like exclusively. Say neutral, communist route, big tree here. New thing on the focus tree, since you can scroll out, is the tooltip buttons up here. You can say I want all the ones that are political. So say if you're going towards the Fifth Empire route, you see all the ones that will give you political, that are political in nature. If you want to see research, which ones give me my research portion? Okay, here's one. Research sharing here. Here's one there. Oh, where's my research plot? Oh, here's my research. So it's an easier way to do that. You have one for industry, manpower, stability, expansion, if you want to do territorial expansion, and then war support. Or you could just type it in. Say I want something that has compliance, new mechanic. Hey, this one here allows free election and it has compliance somewhere in here. I don't think it probably does. Let's just say claims. Hey, this one gives us claims on places in Africa. So you deal with that. Spanish focus tree is set up into pretty much two tiers. The popular front, which you can go through communist, you have maintain the Second Republic, which is kind of like a I think go it your own way one. You aren't you can still oppose like the communists and things like that. It's like a moderate type of deal. It's really weird. Obviously the league here, we can go straight communist. We have the council, or the regional defense council of Aragon, which is like a anarchist faction. And over here on the other side, the Great Spain, this is where you have your fascist, have your Carlists or your monarchs, And then I'm not actually sure what this section is. I want to say this is another. This is a way to kind of absorb some Carlos, but still be kind of not aligned, I think. France's, you have this tree is kind of new right here. You had a monarchy one, I think that was just these, but they kind of revamped them. So Monarch 1, you could proclaim Napoleon the Sixth, kind of redo Napoleon's legacy as one of his heirs, or non-aligned, kind of middle of the road. But this allows you, though, to secure the crown of Spain if you want to unite crowns, or two countries, two crowns. Allows you to ally if Carlos Spain exists. If Carlos Spain doesn't show up, you actually cannot do this either way. So this is kind of a gamble that you hope the Carlists prevail in the Civil War. For the Orleanist Restoration, this is more of the nationalist monarchy. Not a lot of things right there, but your big thing here is goes against fascist bloc. You make the anti-fascist bloc. From there, you're kind of starting your own one. National Restoration, this is more of the Latin Entente, so pretty much your own faction again. Towards Europe, this is kind of, if again you're dealing with all that stuff, gives you war goals. Canada with Quebec, Middle East, that sort of thing. National bloc, these are all for everyone, but down in, you intervene into Spain, you have to research that, then it gives you a tree of crazy stuff. But you have the foreign policy one, which allows you to go with Britain, or again, join, pretty much make your own faction with the Commonwealth. In French Union, you have this portion, which is allows you to try to integrate colonial empires, or they can become independent. Obviously, the communist path here. The German path is kind of in the middle. I think it's that still gives you that. I think a lot of them are against Germany. They want Germany and France to really have a conflict. Much where you side with Germany. Alliance. France leads. Soviet. Yeah, I don't see one where you do this. Where you're splitting stuff with them. Yeah, so you have that whole thing, your air, your naval. You have this whole rearmament, and then the coolest part of this is this part. You value the franc, and then you can go down, but they have one where if you invest in Metropolitan France and Algerian France, you'll actually get 2 if you invest into them. So hitting these 2 here will get you 2 factories here and here. Then if you go colonial, if you have researched all 4 of these, not only do you get 2 building slots here, you then get 2 civilian factories in every colonial state that you invested in here. It allows you to do a short run if you just want something particular quickly, or if you want to do a long build up. cool stuff like that. But also your other 2 research slots are down here. You really have to play off the game. We'll see what France really does in the long run. Next thing is the Intel Agency. The Intel Agency, we're going to create it, then we're going to kind of look at it after it's created, because that kind of opens up, and I'll explain a lot of stuff from there. One thing I'm still kind of learning is how collaboration governments go. As a fascist nation, you really can't get collaboration governments up to 80% to actually make them a collaboration government. And how that works is you still get, it's not like a puppet, you still own the territory per se, but you get certain advantages because they're so compliant, which is cool. Let's see, what else? Research has changed a little bit, but when we open up the Intel Agency, we'll kind of hit that. Let's do the trifecta. Those are always good. From here, we're going to get into Spanish Civil War early, so I want some breakthrough. We're going to just send some infantry, and I'm not going to make a mistake of sending an armor officer to deal with it. For our national focus, we're going to do... We're going to do a 4-year plan. That'll give us the jump because we can't do onslaughts, which is what we're going to target quickly, and I think I know a way to quickly do that. You can do 22 at the same time. Do that. 19, we're going to pump all the factors we have in support equipment into that. Tanks we're going to deal with. We'll keep those at 1. For right now, even though these are out of date, these are still ships that would be good in the long run. We'll let that go. We're not at war, so we don't need convoys right now. We're not going to lose convoys as time goes on. Next thing we're going to do is civilian factories, where we're the highest. And we're going to get these up as time goes on. But we want to get these up as soon as possible. Fallon 80. So we're going to do that, and then we're going to rely on synthetic refineries to really give us this kind of push, which at the end of the day I want these ones to get up because we're going to build our refineries in the middle here. That's kind of protected in the middle of our country. From here, insufficient resources. Gonna be rubber. Just use convoys right now. We don't have any risk. The British won't fight anyone until us. We're not gonna worry about Dutch trade or war propaganda. Any of these. MIFO bills give us a lot of construction speed bonus. We need more war support. Not going to take that. So what we might do, well, we're going to go with this guy first. We're going to build refineries, civilian factories, infrastructure, all that stuff quickly. So from here, we got outdated, not a big deal. One thing I do want to do is I want to get my navy together You might ask why. We're going to train our Navy. To get our naval stuff up quicker. I want to do all my Air Force stuff myself. We will do here in a moment once we get our Navy. Only at speed 1. Missing anything? Okay. Whoops. We have that. Want all the submarines. 2 different fleets. Change this color to that. Green. Differentiate between which is which. And it's obviously, and this is going reader. Another cool feature they added in is a shift exercise. What we also want to do is, where is allow split? Automatic split is now allowed. So we're going to do that. Automatic split's allowed. And what this will do, shifting, this will do naval exercise until all ships are fully trained. They get rid of that experience factor there. Next thing we're going to do is we're just going to get all of our troops in the same army. Here's our Panzer divisions. Him. Put him in his own. Oops. Him in his own. I'm gonna have him in a separate theater altogether. He's gonna go up here. I take one. Create my own. Here is, we're going to hold the front there. This one's going to be the one that holds there. And then we're going to have a 24 armor column of 12. 12, we're going to hold here with infantry. We're going to see how well we can actually get this done. What we're also going to do is mess around with our stuff, but I don't want to train my tanks, which would not be helpful in the grand. When it comes to equipment, when it comes to these guys, I want to train them, and then realistically, we're only going to allow 3. So 3, we're going to have. Almost such a good pick, though. Maybe we should mix in. Now that I think about it. Look for infantry. Russian cost. It would be a pretty good one to do. I don't like the leadership there. Unable to promote him. Standpoint. You know what? Let's just have him there. Let's have another infantry officer here. They'd level fast. Got. So here's the thing, defensive doctrine would be nice, but you can't get an offensive one from him. So this one should be the one that's on this front here. He's also an armored officer. So my armored officer is really going to be here. Which we should have on both fronts. For here, we don't have an infantry. God, that planet's me hurts. Whoever Ronstadt will be all right there. There, we're gonna get guy there. Going to get. Ultimately, we're gonna keep this because we're gonna promote someone. I might actually end up promoting him because he's going to be the one that does the Nord offensive. Okay, so the divisions. These divisions are not even close to being enough to do it. They're only 18. I want them 20. Support for right now. Once that combat width goes up, we can do it better. So let's start it.
Angetreten.
Now let's put you here. I feel like Rommel should be top. Actually, Urian should be the one that commands this. No, Klug should be the one. We're going here. Being formed. Refo bills. We are taking hit, but we are building those right now. For the training one. That's safe. Oh. We'll do that. we'll put the part 1, so as a need to get in, and then there we will split. Okay. We aren't getting a lot of fuel, but it is something. We got a line and a half, line and a quarter going on. But we'll get him as a political advisor, which will get our civilian factory speed up and refinery speed. We're going to be filling a lot of those. Should be able to get him once we finish that. Let's put you over here. Change you into a motorized.
Achtung!
So here, for some operations, you'll have supplies. So let's mark that as something we need. Our agency is up. So cryptology now is in this section, as opposed to it being in engineering. So how you get intelligence on people is you have an intelligence tab, now intelligence ledger, split up between civilian, army, navy, air. That'll give you a lot of statistics, what they've researched if you have high enough, what their focus, advisors, things like that. Same thing, you'll have a list of advisors there, list of advisors, and a list of advisors. So I'll tell you about how many ships, how many planes when you get that up. And same thing here. This is deployed numbers. So that's all of that portion there. So how you do that, you have to have a cryptology department. And here's the intel agency. You have the cryptology department down here. Here is your decryption and encryption with assisted encryption, decryption to make it even better. It's anyone you're spying against. We're going to do localized training centers to start it out so we can get some people that are of different nationalities. Plus, if we come up here, we can actually get second spy when you have your 5th upgrade. So right here is the confusion I'm having is it excludes puppets, but I'm unsure if that excludes collaboration governments or not, or what exactly includes that. As far as I know, just as long as you have free countries that are not under any master, every second one, just as long as you're a spy master, every 2 countries will get you another one. So if we can pull in Hungary and Romania, Yugoslavia by themselves without having to do any craziness, that would be nice, but we'll have to see how that goes. So yeah, let's do the cryptology because we want to get our cryptology up on these 3 countries here. I always get bogged down in this new patch in Brussels for some reason, which is why we're going to make a change on how big our army size is at the end of the day. Hasselbahn is the one that's going to go over there, right? He's actually the one I would like to promote.
Angetreten.
Right. He's defensive doctrine. Yeah, in all actuality,
Zum Ausrücken.
I want you out to another army. Would rather have it like this.
Befehle. Angetreten.
I'll promote you.
Ihre Befehle. Zuhören.
And here it's going to be who has good reckless armor officer. That full guard's gonna hurt. Maybe it's Shoals. Nope. Hurt. But it's negated. Actually put them in. It's negated a bit. That's fine.
Bereit zum Ausrücken.
Him being field marshal, Ronstadt's going to be defensive in nature. I'm fine with that. We're in a defensive posture right
Ihre
now.
Befehle.
Almost up there.
Bereit zum Ausrücken.
These are the ones we'll be sending. Good. Next thing we're going to do is... do we have enough manpower? We're short. Let's do Rhineland right now. So just as long as we don't demand Sudetenland, he won't move. Ooh. Did I really just wait for someone else then? I should get the silent workhorse then. In that case. Also, you can get another operative by having the elusive gentleman. Yeah, I'll get the silent workhorse. I want to actually do it. So, we can upgrade. We're gonna go historical. This Otto Gorzeni, how you pronounce it, I'm not very good. One that actually did an operation to save Mussolini, to get him out of capture, which is cool. So you'll have some. I don't know if the rest of them are historical, so you'll have some that are. For the sake of it, I do like this because we're gonna take less detection chance, and right now that is paramount for the most part. Detected. As for operations, build intel, get it done. Here's the thing we are going to do. I've been having issues with Brussels and France. We're going to heavily concentrate Brussels and France when it comes to other operations, which we'll do it. Look into the operations we can do as they become unlocked. Now,
Zuhören.
we want to assign divisions. It's fine.
Achtung.
Here I'm just going to train.
Achtung.
Next thing we're going to do, we're just going to make a new division. You're going to be here. You're going to go on to... we'll just need one division here. No big deal. We want to get this army experience up so we can mess with our divisions. We are rushing the Sudetenland and things like that. So we are heavily going to be rushing that. And that's why I'm not going to pick up that second one. We're trying to rush this, all the way down to here quickly. Get this. And then from there, we'll do some of the things like that. So, Cipher. You can collect a cipher of a country for a 30-day bonus against them. I've had no issues with the Netherlands so far, but I have had issues with Belgium and damn forests. So it'll reveal intel for 30 days. After it's finished, you can activate it anytime you want. Then after that, it'll take maybe like 100, 150 days for it to go back up again. But the initial decryption is the longest and makes these ones important to assist it. In that case, we have foreign department. Let's get localized training centers now. Let's keep on pumping. Students available, still MIFO bills. Still outdated equipment. Not going to run out of oil, which is good right now. Long run. I think that's going to be what we need. Oh, we'll need more, which means we'll have to modify. And modifying our width should get us to that point that we need for Sudetenland. Ethiopia has capitulated. They always do. We're going to take Borman. I don't want Rudolph Hess to take flight if I still need that portion. The MIFO bills, we are getting a 0.2 hit, but we are getting this huge buff. Constructing military, some civilian factories. Localized training centers. So that was the longest one that we had, was localized training centers. And then with the localized training centers, we can go recruitment in Europe. I want someone that is French the next time you pick a spy. So it'll either give me a French one, or it'll tell me, give me a pick of the French one. So we're going to do concentrated industry, the output. Not really worried about bombing in general against us. We're going to take this. Next thing we're going to take, though, is 1936. It's 2 years, so we need to hit that Panzer. Let's get upgrades to artillery for our Spanish Civil War. What if we can do this? We'll hit this, then we'll hit Army Innovations, then we'll hit this, get our medium tanks 2 years ahead of time. And there. We'll grab this. If we can't already grab Sudetenland, if we can grab that, do it in quick succession, but it looks like we're going to be short. At least in the long run, we're going to be short. Who has infantry? Next one on the list is Joel's.
Bereit.
Remilitarization of the Rhineland. We're gonna have divisions in the field. A little short. I think. Yep, we're too short to do onslaught, so we're gonna do would be nice to get that. Realistically, let's grab this. Army innovations, get tank, and if we don't have it by then, we notify the government. Get the elusive gentleman at this point. Our agency upgrades will be slower, which is better right now. So in this case, let's I might want a commando trait that'll help get different things, but this one right here, we're gonna go for blueprints. Because what we're gonna want to steal is naval blueprints from UK if we can. And later on, we'll want to figure out what is going on with the Soviet Union. I think they have better tanks than we do. They're T-34s. I don't know what how good our Messerschmitts are. Grand scheme of things. But we're going to need air tech from them as well. So we'll rely on them for air and naval tech. We're going to rely on ourselves for ground. And go from there. Decisions. Given MIFO bills tick up.
Angetreten.
Unassigned divisions.
Ihre Befehle.
Take.
Befehle.
Killer 3, we'll go here.
Bereit.
Okay, so we have this. It is 36. Getting this ahead of time would be nice. However, some of these support companies will probably be better in the long run. Maybe. Actually, reinforce rate. That'll give us an extra ability to reinforce in combat. My government, since we're not going to have the Sudetenland soon, let's take this captain of industry. Get this ramped up faster. Visible ink. I want to get the 5 upgrades quickly. Blueprint stealing. We're going to get recruiting operative. Another one because of our advisor. We have a French one, it will tell us. We do have a French one, although he has no characteristic. Great. Ooh. Demolition expert. Okay. Sabotage. It'll strengthen the resistance efficiency, which will be something we can do in here because this is a core of Italy, right? Yes. Let's get Hannah Hoffman. He is going to build also with you in Brussels quickly. And once we get up to 50, we should be able to see everything on there. Realistically, do we care what the Dutch do? Okay, here's the question. When gives us trade. Can force us to the left or right. Honestly, I don't care at this point. I'm sorry, but I care about it, really. So here's the actions you can do. This is steel industrial blueprints, but that industrial blueprints will be one of the first things we do, so we won't really think about doing that. You make resistance contacts, or to strengthen resistance, sabotage industry, infrastructure, or resources. Infiltrate the army to get blueprints. Army, ground. Infiltrate the navy to get future naval blueprints. Air Force to get future aviation. You can orchestrate a coup. But that again now is like the other portion. It totally relies on this. So with 11%, that's really not going to do much. Para-collaboration government or coordinated strike. I have no idea what a coordinated strike does, which you can only do before you invade. So you might prepare this and prepare this. Collaboration government will give you a 20% compliance, which we'll see that later on in it. That is the two sides of the coin between collaboration and when you occupy territory, you get collaboration or resistance, new mechanic. And having this will start you with 20% collaboration, but also make them 6% less on their ability to hold out during an invasion. The stability, I think. Yeah, stability. So it takes 6% less victory points to capitulate them. So we'll definitely be doing this. We'll be doing that, and then the same thing with France. We'll be doing this. We're doing that, and with the Netherlands, I have no real issue either way. But thank you all for joining me. I'm going to end this one here for the first episode. I will see you guys next time. Go ahead, comment, like, subscribe. Tell me how you're liking this so far with our first actual campaign in it. And in the future France Let's Play we'll be doing, it'll be streamed. will be up sooner in the next couple days. That first episode, but I will see you guys next time. Later.